Hi, I'm Grace Judson, self-proclaimed proud leadership geek on a mission to help new managers and new supervisors become good leaders. So if you're a new manager or a new supervisor, I'm thinking that one of your big challenges right now is how to work through this transition of having to manage the people that maybe just a few days ago you were working side by side with. And that is exactly what I'm going to talk about today and the problem I'm going to help you solve. So hang in there and watch this video. And I am really glad you're here because it is my goal to provide relevant, useful leadership advice for new managers and supervisors, especially for those who want to become a good leader. And I'm guessing that would be you. So subscribe and hit the little notifications bell so you can be informed when I publish a new video every Wednesday. Okay, yeah, it is a tough one, isn't it? There you are with people you used to work with, maybe people that you used to get together with and complain about the management, and now you're the management. You've got to figure out how to communicate with them so they take you seriously, do what you need them to do, and help you become a successful leader. I get it. I was in management and leadership for over 16 years before I started my leadership coaching business in 2005. It was a long time ago. And I've helped many clients understand how to manage, supervise, and lead with confidence and success. And I remember all too well how anxious I was when I first was given that management responsibility over a team of people that I used to work with as, my peers. So you're the manager. You're responsible for the team and for the work. How do you get them to take you seriously? I'm going to start by telling you a little secret. I would be very surprised if there is actually a real issue. These are all people who want to do a good job just because they're there. This is their job. They want to do it well. They want to succeed. They want to grow their own careers. If there are people you know and have worked with, I would be willing to bet that they have a personal investment in your success. They want you to succeed. They want to help you do well and become a good leader. And after all, it's in their best interest because, like I said, they want to have a good job and a good career themselves. So, in other words, what's going on here is that it's your perfectly normal uncertainty about being in a new role, a role you've never had before, and a role that is quite different from what you've been doing up until now. But it is that uncertainty that is creating your anxiety and worry, not any actual pushback or problem from your team. So, what do you do about it? Here's the first step. Ready? Breathe. And that is not just a woo-woo or new agey kind of suggestion. It is grounded in actual neuroscience. When someone is anxious or worried, they tend to breathe shallowly and quickly. And that tends to speed up the heart rate. And that in turn tends to make us feel more anxious and more worried. So it's a vicious cycle. Several deep breaths down into your rib cage will reset your parasympathetic nervous system by stimulating your vagus nerve. What does that mean in plain English? It means that there are good, solid neurological and biological reasons to take a few deep breaths when you're feeling anxious or stressed. It will, for all those good neurological reasons, it will make you feel better and a lot more calm. So let's start there. Breathe. Deep breath in, feel your rib cage expand, and a deep breath out. Yeah, one more time. In, the rib cage expands, and out. Even if you weren't stressed just then, you can probably feel that your energy has settled. So, now that you are feeling a little more calm, I want to let you in on another little secret. Everyone feels like a fraud sometimes. Everyone feels like they're going to get caught not knowing what they're doing. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. Howard Schultz, the past CEO of Starbucks, now Starbucks, a global, international, and really big company, he was quoted in a New York Times article saying that even CEOs, even if they've been CEO for a while, sometimes feel like they're going to be found out, caught not knowing what they're doing. So think about that for a minute. We're talking about the CEO of a major multinational corporation. You, as a new manager, get to have the same feelings as a big company CEO. It's okay. So, tell me, leave me a comment down below. Does that ring a bell for you? Does that maybe make you feel a little better knowing that CEOs of major corporations sometimes feel just the way you might be feeling right now? Do you feel like maybe a big part of this challenge of moving from peer to manager, peer to supervisor, has to do with questioning whether you're really actually qualified to be the manager and leader? I'm squeaking. Leave me a comment and let me know. And guess what? You got the promotion. You got the job. Someone, at least one someone, believes in your ability to manage and lead. So, like I said, breathe. And what's next? Well, I don't know your specific situation, so that's a little hard to say, but I will say this. Pick something small that you can try and you can be successful with. The smaller, the better. Now, that's kind of counterintuitive to what a lot of other people are typically saying about how to succeed. But when you do something small and you succeed at it and you can celebrate that success, the boost of confidence you'll get from doing that small thing will help you feel a lot more capable. And ultimately, nothing is done in one big leap. Everything happens, even big things, in small incremental steps. Take some time to understand who's on your team. What do they want? What do they do best? Good managers lead individual people who then make up a team. And that means you need to manage each person on your team according to who they are. And I know you know this, but not everyone responds to the same kinds of encouragement, reward, or feedback. So even if you were a member of this team before you were promoted to manager, take a little time to think about who they are, what they're most likely to respond to, and how they work best. This is relevant for you as well, because you don't have to become anyone you're not in order to be a good manager, a good supervisor, and a good leader. I wish I had some kind of magic wand I could wave to help you become instantly more confident and sure of yourself in your new management role. But here's another little secret. The only way to get confident in doing something is to do it. You can read all the books, and yes, you can watch all the videos on how to be a good manager, and you will learn from them, but that won't make you confident in doing it. Don't wait until you feel confident to start being a manager and leader. Take the next smallest action, like I said. Get out there and start before you feel you're ready, because ultimately that's the only way to get confident. So there you are. What's next? Well, since a big part of being a good manager is all about communication, I've got a little quiz for you. It's just 9 quick questions to evaluate your leadership communication skills. The link is down below this video in the description. You'll probably have to click, there's a little show more link. You'll probably have to click that to open up the full description and find the links. And to keep taking those small steps forward, let me recommend my Leadership A to Z playlist. These are quick, under 4-minute videos on leadership characteristics, one for each letter of the alphabet, and yes, including X. That link is down there in the description as well. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, share it with your colleagues, and leave me a comment to let me know of any insights or aha moments you had. And any questions you have, I'll be back to answer them. Take care.